Hi everybody, Mr. C here. Okay, now I've got another book which I want to start reading with you, but this is much more for the younger children, probably ages 5 to 7, 8 maybe. I mean, anyone can listen to a story. Stories are fun, but this is an old book and I've used it an awful lot, and you can see, look, it's all held together by tape and all sorts of things like that. So it might fall apart while I'm reading it, so if I suddenly dive down onto the floor to pick up a bit of the book, don't be surprised. Okay, so the first story I want to start with in here, and there are lots and lots and lots, and I chose this story. Where is it gone? Here we go. Look, I've marked it with a piece of paper and I still can't find it. Here we go. Okay, let's take that out. It's called Lazy Jack. I'm going to put that in my pocket, not throw it on the floor. Lazy Jack. There once was a boy whose name was Jack. He lived with his mother and they were very poor. Jack's mother worked as hard as she could, but Jack just sat about, basking in the sun in summer and lazing by the fire in winter. And you know, that was all he did. So it's not surprising that everyone who knew him called him Lazy Jack. One Monday his mother decided that enough was enough. "Jack, my boy," she said, "get up, get out and get a job. If you don't bring me back something to pay for your food, then you will have to go hungry." Jack was so shocked that he jumped up and got a day's work with the farmer next door. The farmer gave him a silver coin to take home, but Jack, who had never had any money before, lost it. He dropped it into the river as he went over the bridge. "Silly boy," cried his mother, "you should have put it in your pocket." "I'll do that next time," said Lazy Jack. On Tuesday, Jack did a day's work for a cowman, who gave him a jug of milk to take home. Jack put it in his pocket. By the time he got home, it was all spilled and his trousers were soggy. "Silly, silly, silly boy," said his mum, "you should have carried it on your head." "I'll do that next time," said Lazy Jack. On Wednesday, Jack did a day's work for the farmer again. This time, the farmer gave him a big round of cheese to take home. So Jack put the cheese on his head, but by the time he got home, half of it had melted and trickled down his neck, and birds had pecked it at the rest. "You silly, 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 silly boy," said his mum, "you should have carried it carefully in your hands." "I'll do that next time," said Jack. On Thursday, Lazy Jack did a day's work for a baker, who gave him a large tomcat to take home. Jack carefully carried the cat in his hands, but it scratched him so badly that he had to let it go. "Silly, silly, silly, silly boy," cried his mother, "you should have put it on a lead and led it home." "I'll do that next time," said Jack. On Friday, Jack did a day's work for a butcher, who gave him a leg of mutton to take home. Jack put it on a lead and dragged it home behind him. By the time he got home, most of the neighbours' dogs had had a good meal from it, and what was left of it was covered in dirt. "Silly, silly, silly, silly boy," cried his mother, "you should have carried it over your shoulder." "I'll do that next time," said Jack. On Saturday, Lazy Jack did a day's work for a cattle keeper, who gave him a donkey to take home. Poor Jack! He had a terrible time hoisting the donkey onto his shoulders, and he nearly crumbled under its weight as he stumbled home. On his way home, he passed the house of a rich man who lived with his beautiful daughter. The poor girl never spoke, never laughed, but doctors said that she could speak if somebody could make her laugh. Now it happened that she was looking out of the window as Lazy Jack staggered and lurched past with the great big donkey on his shoulders. As soon as she saw him, she burst into a great fit of laughter and shouted, "Bring that boy to me!" Her father was delighted to hear her daughter speak and laugh, that he let her marry Jack. This meant that Jack became a rich man, so he was able to give his mother enough money to live comfortably for the rest of her life, and that meant that Jack never had to work again, which was probably just as well. Bye bye, lazy Jack. Dear me. Okay, lots of stories in this book, so we're going to work our way through this. I hope you enjoyed that one. So it's goodbye from Lazy Jack, who isn't lazy anymore. Well, actually, no, he probably is. And goodbye from Mr. C. You take care. Bye bye.